back to Beat the Meat, your favorite vegan chef Gino, and we're continuing our series, Beating the Meat Mince. I'm gonna bomb you with as many ideas, creative ideas, to replace that meat mince, and just lots of ideas, and they're gonna show you some ways to go about making something filling and sustaining that can replace the meat mince, and that's it. So let's check it out. Okay, starting with brown rice flour, a must-have for the vegan kitchen. 2/3 of a cup of brown rice flour. Another must-have for the vegan kitchen, 2/3 of a cup of vital wheat gluten or wheat gluten flour. The other must-have, savory yeast flakes, nutritional yeast flakes, 4 teaspoons, whereas ever a teaspoon is one of those. Get as much as you can on the spoon of whatever ingredient it is for this cooking show. 2 teaspoons of tarragon, 2 teaspoons of onion powder, teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of pepper, half a teaspoon of carom seeds for digestion, half a teaspoon of nutmeg for that warmth, dare I say, and the final, well, one of the other ingredients we're going to put in is, just going to move this, we've got about 3 tablespoons of roasted cashews. Now I'm just using the mortar and pestle, but you can just put in the food processor, whatever you want to do. I hardly ever use this, so I'm just making a point to use it. Get raw cashews, roast your own, just chuck them in the oven for 10 minutes. We will definitely be doing a series on snacks. The coolest thing about snacks is, like, you know, if you're vegan, you're not gonna miss out snack wise. I got you. So, well, also nature's got you, like nuts and seeds and stuff like that. Yeah, man. So I won't bore you guys to death, but you get the idea. Crushed nuts, crushed cashews, roasted, roasted and not salted. Just get what you can afford. These were the cheapest cashews in the supermarket. Yeah, man, you just got to get what you can afford, eh? I'm going to stir this up. So this is going to turn out, this will probably turn out a bit similar to the last episode. But we're going to play around with that style of product that I've created. And I'll also show you how I use it today as well. Rice bran oil, 100 mils. And again, the rice bran oil is neutral, and it has the added benefit compared to other bad oils has the added benefit of reducing the blood sugar in the body during the digestion, right? And I was pretty much on a fast track to diabetes type 2 around the time I was going vegan. Then things got worse for me, and things actually got better using rice bran oil instead of other bad oils. So that's kind of a bit of the thinking there. And now we're going to use tahini. Now I buy, you know me, I try and get in bulk, but this is the cheapest tahini, which is sesame seed paste, the cheapest tahini you can get in New Zealand. And it's a big tub, and Oh my gosh, tahini, it's like, man, guys, I would almost drink this stuff, but the cheap tahini is kind of bitter. So if you are making this recipe, I do recommend buying, dare I say, like a cheap tahini, because you're gonna find that you fall in love with tahini and you're gonna put it in a lot of things. Obviously it's for hummus, right? When you make hummus. I'm just saying, yeah, buy the cheaper one because going vegan, you're gonna be using it a lot. So save yourself a bit of money. And the cheaper hummus, well, anyway, I'll leave that for now, but we're gonna do, sorry, not hummus, tahini. We'll leave the tahini talk for now because we're gonna do a lot of stuff with tahini moving forward, that's for sure. So we'll learn a bit about that and why a cheaper tahini is good. So stirring this up. That's all we're gonna do. We are going to, right, I'm just going to use my fingers there. That. We are going to roast it. Okay? So this is going to get roasted, just like as it lands. That's fine. That'll be cool. So we're going to put it into an oven at about 180 degrees. I don't know what that is Fahrenheit, but you just want it like, you know, a normal roasting temperature, like a medium oven where you'd bake a cake or roast potatoes or whatever, just at a normal temperature. So 180 degrees Celsius. Chuck that in. And yep, we'll just come back when that's done. It's going to take about half an hour, but I'll let you know. So I'll see you in a minute. Ta-da! Alright, so this has been in the oven for half an hour in what they call a moderate oven. I think I called it medium hot, but I think you know what I mean. 180 degrees, just that typical temp that you'd put your oven for baking things. Put it in for half an hour, and it looks similar to the last episode, right? Crumbly. You want to try a bit, camera lady?
Okay.
Have a little taste. And she'll agree, it kind of tastes like the savory version of a dessert. It's obviously dry, crumbly, but it's got that creaminess, right?
Yes, all that.
Yeah. Alright. So, got my pot on over here. On a high, I'm going to put some oil in. Oh, I haven't even said what we're going to make. We're going to make a lasagna with this. So I'm going to show you. So with this dry mince thing, same as last time, we made a curry sauce. Here we'll make a sort of a pasta kind of sauce to go with our lasagna. So the liquid or the moisture from our sauce is going to soak into that and turn into, you know, a quote-unquote meat sauce. So again, quite a lot of oil, guys. Okay, well that's coming up to heat. That's starting to get hot, starting to get a little bit smoky. It's our extra virgin olive oil, guys. Alright. Italian food, we need that in our life. And it's definitely one of the better oils for you. Probably the best, I don't know, I reckon. Okay, some finely chopped onion, relatively finely chopped. How much onion is that? That is about 4 onions, 4 kind of medium-sized onions. Just go hard with the onions for this. And see that heck of a lot of oil, doesn't seem like too much now, at least to me. So I recommend being a bit liberal with the oil for this reason. Onions are going to love it. Okay, bit of a pinch of salt there for the onions, help them get on their way, help them to sweat and get some colour. But you know me, I don't cook these for too long. Alright, the onions are starting to sweat. They're putting 1 can of cheap tin tomatoes. Oh, what a world we live in, guys. Alright, so it's very oniony, which is cool. Got to get your onions, that's why we're going hard with the onion powder. Been going hard with the onion powder. Very good for you. Alright, so we're putting tomato paste, forget the brand, but 170 grams here. I go hard with the tomato paste. I think we've used it quite a lot already. And we're going hard in this. It just makes things meatier and a darker color. Now, you probably don't see people putting that much tomato paste in things, but this is gonna be worth it, guys. We wanna boost that flavor. And it's hardly a tip or a trick, but I've just filled this up with some water, getting the last or some more of that of what's left in the can. So that would probably be about half a cup of water, 2/3 of a cup of water. The cool thing about putting a lot of tomato paste in is it thickens the sauce up pretty quickly. We are gonna put, we'll season last, we're gonna put this stuff in. See if I can just, this might be a bit of a mess, guys, but let's just do it. Put this stuff in. It's almost like a pre-mince. There's such a thing. Oh man. The things I come up with, let's look at this. Get this all in. And it's gonna be like an instant meat sauce. Put that over there. Stir this in. See, quick and straightforward. I wouldn't say easy. Well, it's simple, but there are a few steps, right? We had to make the... That's pretty meaty, guys. Hope you try it. I know you'll like it. It's already getting pretty hot. Might turn that down a touch. Alright guys, we're gonna go crazy now. Look at this, tamarind concentrate. Another must-have for the vegan kitchen. This is tamarind concentrate. Convenient, easy. Sure, it's got preservatives, but I'm just gonna put 1 tablespoon. And that's gonna add some sourness, just a tiny bit of sourness. And it's going to make it taste different and interesting. I forgot to season and spice up the sauce. Excuse my hands, guys, but you know, fat teaspoon of dill going in. That's about half a teaspoon of pepper. All I had left for now, and doing 2 fat pinches. We're going to give it a taste. 2 fat pinches of salt. Stir it up. Dill, always in our life. Grow some dill plants if you can. Buy dill in bulk. Chuck it in lots of stuff if you're going vegan. Alright, give it a little taste. It's the bomb, guys. It's real good. Really, really good. You gotta put the tamarind in it, man. Woo! That je ne sais quoi. Alright, so let's do... Oh, I cracked myself up. Right, so let's do the lasagna. Got the oven on hot oven, 200 degrees Celsius, okay? Put some olive oil. Something like that. Don't really have to do that. Some of this meaty goodness in. Turn everything off. Actually don't need much of this stuff for the bottom layer. This is just to stop the first layer of pasta from sticking to the bottom of the pan. Okay, I got my wholemeal lasagna, instant lasagna. We'll do fresh one day. For now, and just to make it fit in the corner, I just chuck that off. Okay, hardly any amazing techniques you're going to learn from this, but you just want to you want to cover the bottom. Okay, that one back. Now we're going to go with the meat sauce. Even better to use one of these. Okay. And you know, it doesn't have to be perfect, as I always say. This cheese sauce it's the one from the nachos, guys. A little bit lumpy, but don't be too fussy. I'm going to chuck this in. Left-hander coming through. We're going to get a good coating. Like that. A little bit more. Okay, now we go with our next layer. Throw that on. Just breaking the corners off so we can get it quite nicely into the corner. Like that. And another bit like that. Something like that. Chuck it in there. Alright, we go meat again. Ugh. Painting myself into a corner. About that much. So it's basically three layers, so I'm kind of keeping an eye on what I'm taking out of the pot. Something like that. Sauce, cheesy sauce. One thing I did do with this cheese sauce is I didn't put the extra flour like I did in the nacho one. I just made it like the standard recipe, which I will share in a more formal capacity eventually. Good amount of sauce. Good amount. Right, the final layer of pasta. Something like that. Chuck it on. Chuck it on. Yep. Yeah. Chuck it on. And there's one more piece in here. That goes like that, eh? And that'll do it. And we've still got the meat sauce, so we're going to put that on. Try and cover the pasta with this meaty sauce. Right, my fingers there, that's hot. Don't try that at home, but I'm used to burning my hands. To finish it off, we're just going to put more of our cheesy sauce. And we're going to coat it. Just like that. Cool. Little bits and bobs sticking out. That's going to be good. Provide a bit of contrast on top there, and we don't want it totally swimming. Okay. And we're going to chuck it in the oven. Oven's already hot, 200 degrees. Chuck that bad boy in, get it right down the back. We're going to give it half an hour in a hot oven. And see you in a bit. Been half an hour at 200 degrees Celsius. Hot oven. It's time to bring it out. Woo! You beauty. Check this out, guys. Not too shabby, eh? Alright, so that's rested for about half an hour, so it's settled a bit. And the cool thing about the hotel pan is it's all stainless steel, so you can just get stuck in with it. Alright, let's see if we get a nice piece. Let's see how this turns out. Excuse me. It's looking pretty good, guys. Look at that. Check that out. That's pretty legit, guys. Under the light there. Check it out. I reckon that looks the bomb. And we didn't put cheese on this, so we're gonna put a bit of salt. You know me, guys, bit of salt. Bit of pepper. I'm going to give this a taste. Cheers. That's a good vegan lasagna, guys. Yeah, that's delicious. I always say you'll be surprised, but this tastes surprisingly authentic. Seriously. So yeah, definitely give it a try. Yeah man, this lasagna is the bomb. I can't wait to have this for dinner. I'm going to refrain from smashing a couple of pieces now. Serve it with your salad, your greens. Okay, just do that sort of thing. If you wonder where the vegetables are, cook those on the side. Have a nice big, beautiful, healthy salad to go with this. So delicious, right? Let's talk about natural law. Let's try and observe the natural law principle of gender with veganism, okay? So let's give this a go. Gender, there's a masculine and a feminine, right? So there are male and female, masculine and feminine aspects to everything we see and everything that goes on. Okay, so what's the masculine and feminine aspect to diet or veganism? Well, veganism, so first off, eating, that's a feminine thing in terms of ingesting the food. That's feminine, okay? So keeping that in mind, let's look at carnism, let's look at meat eating. Is meat masculine or feminine? Well, it's feminine, right? Because the cow, for example, has to yield and die, has to yield to the masculine aspect of killing the beast. So the butcher or at the abattoir, it's masculine, and the animal has to yield and is killed, so that's feminine. And then the cow is butchered and is aging and is technically decomposing, but I don't want to dramatize it. So we got a feminine product, something that's been yielded, right? Something that's in yield. The cow itself eating the vegetables coming into the cow, that's masculine. The vegetables or the grasses, the things coming out from the earth, that's masculine, all right? So the grains, the veggies, the fruits, and all that sort of thing, the earth is doing a masculine thing by generating those to us. So it's masculine. Vegan food is masculine, generally speaking, and us ingesting it is feminine. So there's the marriage with the masculine and the feminine. With meat eating, it's the feminine and the feminine. There's no marriage there. So that's observing that principle proves that veganism is the right way to go, and that's what it's all about. So definitely try this lasagna, I always say it. And with weird ingredients like tamarind and stuff, we're throwing in weird ingredients that we may not normally use, but man, this tastes really, really good. So give it a try, and we'll see you at the next one.